Going live? Yes, good day to you guys and welcome to the Success Blueprint live podcast. And in this session, we will talk about life, career, business, leadership, and success principles that you can use to manifest and create the life that you truly want. And today is extra special because this will be our first time and this will be live. And more importantly, we have a very special guest, our very first platinum member, platinum partner, the founder of Wolforge Digital Agency, and more importantly, my friend, William Jones! Let's go! All right, love the energy. So, please share this on your wall. Please fix the pitch featured, Lisa. Did you fix it already? Making sure that there's a link right there. All right, so by the way, before we begin, can you please introduce yourself to the audience in case they don't know who you are yet?
Yeah, my name is William Jones. I am the founder of Wolforge Digital. And as MJ said, first platinum member, first platinum partner, and my friend and mentor, MJ. So
love that. So this is random because again, we don't have a briefing. I was late, I was running late. Did you fix the featured na? Click mo yung featured. Pin. Ayan. Ayun. I'll go back to dashboard. All right. So now I wanna begin with the question. Can you give them, the audience, like a really short story with how you started your career?
So how I started my career in search engine optimization or digital marketing. I had been a bookkeeper, CFO, assistant CFO for a long time. And I'd come in, fix someone's books, and then get fired, or they demoted you, or, just in and out of jobs all the time. And I got tired of it. And at the time, I had just been married first time, just had my daughter, everything. And was looking at what I should do. I wound up visiting a school called Kaiser University. And that's where I met my professor, John Downs. And I got into, it was graphics and web, not search engine optimization, not Facebook ads, Google ads, or anything like that, just traditional marketing. And one of the projects we did 3D modeling and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then he said, I want you to not only build a website, he said, your first assignment is to find someone to build a website for and get paid for it.
Okay.
So when I did that, I built out a website. It was a dog breeder website, and I did it for my friend, and I got I think it was $600 or something. And then that's when I discovered, I can not only have fun doing this, but I also get paid to do it.
Okay.
And then I started advertising on, back then we had something called Craigslist in the United States. I don't know if they have it here, but
Craigslist, yeah, I know that.
I used to advertise a lot on there, and I got a lot of work there. And I started picking up small jobs. And then at that point, I started making more money on the side doing little small jobs than my professor was making.
Okay.
So I dropped out of college.
Oh.
And said, I'm going to take a sabbatical. The sabbatical was me and my first wife were always, yao.
Yeah.
And, or arguing. So, and then the kids at the time too, is this Isaiah and Serafina, and I was homeschooling Serafina on top of working. And then my first wife was also she had her job. And so we did that. And that's how I got started with digital marketing. But then I had a Jewish guy who I did a website for, and he did real estate. And then he introduced me to another guy, and his name was Brad Lefkowitz. Brad Lefkowitz, he owned Chastain Jewelers, and I did website for him under Magento. And then he asked me, he said, hey, by the way, can you do SEO?
Oh.
And I was like, well, how much does it pay?
Okay.
And he told me, well, I'll pay you $2,000. And I told him, I said, yes, I know SEO. And then I went home and I studied as much as I could about SEO. And then I remember the first time I ever got paid for them, I went to an old casino and met up with him in a parking lot, and he gave me 2,000 or, however many $100 bills, but $2,000 in a manila envelope. And that was the first time I got paid for SEO. And then from there, I've always worked for myself constantly. Even if I had a job, I still work for myself.
Okay, so that's the journey in terms of learning SEO. So for you, it's all about like learning from mentors, other people, work, and then based on the situation that you have.
Yep.
Now, I want to dive into the struggles that you've been to, because you mentioned you have to homeschool Serafina.
Yep.
You have your first wife, Yao Yao.
Mm-hmm.
It means that that's the first struggle. So what happened back then?
So back then,
Would you say that this is one of the major problems that you have when it comes to your self-worth as a man or as an entrepreneur?
Correct.
Okay.
So when I laugh when people talk, I have a low self-image. I remember I'd say when I was with my first wife, I had no self-image. Because you got to imagine, when I got married to her, I was quote unquote a good Christian guy, went to church, believed in the Bible. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I don't accept these things in my life. And then I get married to her. And that's when I wound up getting involved in, if you will, the secret society stuff and all the other stuff. And learning about because she took me from being good Christian boy to, there's another side of the world that you've never even seen. And then I got involved in a lot of that stuff. And then, but because of the way she treated me and the things we'd also been through, and things she had said to me, I literally had no self-image.
Yeah.
It's like, even I remember I used to come home and be like, I busted my butt driving an hour back and forth to work, hour and a half to work, hour and a half from work. And then when I get home, there's no food cooked, the dishes aren't done, the house ain't clean, nothing. And then I do it. Then I do it. I cook, I clean, I take care of the house, I take care of the kids. And then she runs her mouth at me.
Okay.
You're the deadbeat. You're this, you're that.
So you do everything, including the taking care of the house and the kids, and you are receiving not just nothing.
Yeah.
You are receiving negative energy, negative words.
And the reason why I stayed in it so long was because I told people I was raised as a Christian was God hates divorce. And so therefore, I will never get divorced. But it came to a point where she used to threaten me with stuff like, for example, well, I'm going to kill myself, or I'm on this, I'm on that, or I'm going to leave. And I got a point, I said, just do it.
What's the tipping point for you? When did you say enough is enough?
Was when we moved to an apartment. It was in Lake City. And it was her, and then we had one other person live with us. So mind you, it wasn't just her, it was also someone else living with us. And neither one of these women cooked or cleaned or did anything, but I'm the one that did everything. And I allowed it. So that's why it happened. But the thing is, it was, it got to a point where she was always just saying, I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And I just got to the point, I said, well, do it. Don't threaten me with it. Do it. Mm-hmm. And then I remember we left and we moved to Baltimore, where one of my first mentors was. His name's Ralph. And he saw me because he knew the issues we were having. He's the one that introduced me to her. So, and he goes, you're being sweet. He cooks for you. He cleans. He makes you coffee. Comes up to you and all the stuff you should do. And he said, yet you're still acting like to him. And he said, do me a favor, either change or leave.
Yeah.
But
or
don't make each other miserable.
Yeah.
But he even told her what's interesting about everything. He said, I remember he said, what's funny? He said, all the stuff you say about him, and you say he treats you this way, and you treat you that way, like you're the house slave, and you do this and you do that. What's going to happen is God will replace you with someone that actually did. is. And that's when I wound up meeting Rowena later on, but it was like God replaced her with someone that actually was an OFW, was a house slave, had her passport taken and everything when they do with OFW.
Yeah, well, a lot of struggles as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
And she goes through her own struggles, but the only reason the tipping point, we got in an argument and she started hitting me in my face. And even at that point, I told her, I said, I still love you and I forgive you. The only reason we got a divorce was she walked out. And then she went with her friends. If she had not done that, I would probably still be in that relationship.
Yeah, but the thing is, the universe works
Yep.
so good, so
Yep.
well. A lot of people will say, why did it happen? Why did it happen? But why does this separation has to be extremely painful, right?
Yep.
People will ask, like, God, why does it have to be so painful? But the thing is, if it's not that painful, you won't let go.
No, I wouldn't.
Right? So it has to happen.
Even what's interesting, even after it happened, I remember because I was living in the basement, stayed in the basement of my mentor friend's house, and he was going to Bosnia at the time, and I remember him telling me, he said, I called my best friend crying what to do. She's like, you got to get to the point where you don't love them or hate them, you have no feelings towards them.
Okay.
And I talked to my mom. She's like, well, just come back here. I didn't want to have to do that. My mom wired me money. My mom wired me money to do it. And then I remember he told me, he said, you need to get off the couch and you need to go back to Florida. He kicked me out of his house. So my best friend, who I needed at the time, I thought, kicked me out.
Okay.
And then that's when I went back to Florida. And then I got involved in poker and gambling, and that's how I dealt with my depression and stuff.
So we will dive into the poker stuff, but the thing is, I want to dive into the dynamics of relationship. Do you think that I know that as a man we're the same, we're kind of extreme. We respect the audience, guys. If you have your opinions, it's okay. We would love to discuss that with you. And by the way, guys, we are live right now. And we will answer your questions later. But right now, I'm asking William about his story, about his life. And I'm pretty sure that you will learn a lot from this because this guy right here is extremely successful. And bottom line, guys, you will learn about the challenges he had been through. And maybe you can relate to it as well. All right? So, Jasmine is here. Hello, Ma'am Jasmine. Hi. Hi there. Go back here, milid tayo. Milid tayo. Paano mag-buy and sell later on, we will talk about it, right? So, you mentioned that you're doing the chores, you're doing the feminine, I won't call it feminine stuff. Well, it's the feminine side to handle the house, right?
Yep.
Do you think it's part of the disrespect that you are doing the things that are feminine or that are supposed to be done by a female? Or is it you tolerating her?
It was just something I allowed because, and I don't even blame the person mainly because I remember when I first got married, I didn't even tell my mother I was getting married. I just got married. And then my mom would call and she'd go, why are you washing, because I'd be washing the dishes. She's like, why are you washing the dishes? Because my mom, Southern mother, she raised me. She was always the one watching. Yeah, traditional woman. I said, well, I'm just helping. I'm just just constantly always helping. And my mom would run her mouth, and I remember telling my mom and my sister, I said, listen, I sleep with her, not you. So please don't run your mouth. And it's the way we had it set 50-50. But it was more like I'm doing it all the time. Later in the relationship, during the time I'm telling you about, at that time, she was, at the time, I could say this, but she was smoking a lot of weed and stuff like that.
So it's you tolerating the negative stuff, not the act of doing the chores.
It's me tolerating it. It's like, that's why now, so much so, it's like because of everything I've been through, it's like even in my relationship with my awesome wife, Rowena, is like, I don't tolerate certain things.
Yeah, I can see that.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's only because of all the crap I've been through before.
And also because maybe you are still trying to heal. Because for me, it's all the journey, you know, the journey. Like self-worth is like massive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Self-respect is massive. Like you can have self-respect for days or maybe weeks, but at some point you will feel again, go back to the old patterns, maybe feel disrespected again and all that. And we
Yeah.
don't want that anymore because we have a
Yeah.
new standard, right?
Correct.
Now, I want to dive into this. So, so what happened was you've been through a lot of challenges, and based on the story, it's like it happens for a reason.
Yep.
Like just what Tony is always saying, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you.
Yep.
And it happened for you so that you get to know who you are as
Yeah.
a man, you get to value yourself. You get to be, create urgency in your own life, build your own
Yeah.
career, and more importantly, meet another woman, which is
Yes.
here with us right now. She's taking a video. For just a chance to win your heart, you can set the bar
Yeah.
beyond the stars. So, tell me about the next marriage.
So one of the reasons was like, I remember whenever.
Is it the shift already or not yet?
It was definitely a shift.
Okay.
Even my friend, I mean, I went through a period of time where I was depressed and everything and doing the poker and all that. And that's how I dealt with my depression. But because that specifically, it's a poker room. Whenever you're messing with the chips, it sounds like rain.
Yeah.
So imagine 50 tables and all of it sounds like rain. And rain is soothing to me. So I wasn't playing to win. So that's probably why I won a lot. Because I wasn't focused on the money at all. It wasn't about the money for me. It was about the feeling I got of peace while I was there. And when I was there, I'd be there from time I got off work until about 6 a.m. the next morning, just playing. And
we didn't even talk about your weight during these times.
yeah, during that time, I was almost 400 pounds. So
400 pounds, guys. 400 pounds. It's like 3 Filipinos on top of each other. That's a lot of weight.
So I remember the other thing was before I left Baltimore, my oldest daughter, I'm depressed. You got to imagine I got 2 kids and I'm crying and I ain't got no one to talk to. And I got a 13-hour drive back down to Jacksonville, Florida. And my daughter says, "Don't worry, Daddy, God will give you someone better."
Oh,
So that's why me and Serafina have like a deep connection in certain things. And I went back to Jacksonville. This is right around Thanksgiving, probably within 2 weeks is when I met Rowena. And during that time, it was like,
a Filipina.
Filipina, and who was an OFW, was treated like a slave, knew what it meant to not have nothing, versus someone that says, "Oh, I don't have nothing, you're a deadbeat, you're this, you're that," and always beating me down. And I remember every time we would call each other, I'd be waking up and she's going to sleep, or she's going to sleep and I'm waking up, because she was in Kuwait at the time. And we met each other online because I had reverted to Islam and she was already revert to Islam. And interesting part about that was the first time me and my first wife were breaking up, because we separated for a while, is during that time is when she went to Kuwait and she had reverted to Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So I look back at a lot of it and I'm like, God was already setting things
up. Yeah. And the funny thing is, if you study this story, OFW, aside from I know her story, I know her very well, OFW, born and raised in the Philippines, not just any part of the Philippines, born and raised in Mindanao, right?
Yep.
And working OFW in the house,
Yep.
maybe not treated well,
Yep.
of course you would have self-worth problems as well.
Yep.
And then she met you, who also has another self-worth problem.
Yeah.
So what happened? Because this may be a clash of
Yep.
doubts or insecurity or self-worth. Does it work? Like initially, is it?
It worked for about, I would say about a year we were dating, or not even dating. We started dating, talking to each other, because in Islam you can't talk to another woman. So I said, well, get your sheikh and everything online. We did that, and I did niyah, which is I intend to marry you, so we can talk.
Oh, okay.
So we did that, and then we were seeing each other, let's say 6-7 months online, like constantly, all the time. And even if I'm going and playing poker, I'm still calling her, still talking to her, and everything else. When I wake up, and I didn't have a job. During the reason why I did the poker, I'd get money doing websites. I'd take that money and then turn around and try to triple it up at the poker room, because I knew how to hustle. And then from there, I'd take that, and then I would send the money to her to help her with the house. And then, but then I was supposed to get tax money back. And this is the part, it's like gives in self-worth, but also self-sabotage, which is what a lot of people do, is we self-sabotage. Things are going good and everything else, and then there comes a test, which is I'm waiting on my tax money so I can take a flight to the Philippines, because I need to be able to fly to the Philippines to have receipts. Hey, I met Wing, and it's a legitimate relationship, so I can get a visa.
Would you say that during this time you are already in love, that you are committed now?
Definitely, 1,000%. And then, so this is a funny thing about that. It's like, I remember when I was in the States, you're going through your divorce, you have to go through parenting and counseling, and you're in a group setting, and they're like, how many of y'all are depressed? And everybody's raising their hand, and I'm like looking around, I'm not depressed at all.
Yeah.
And they're like, how many of you are happy? I'm like, oh, I'm happy. I'm ready to get this shit done. And but then a test comes, which is I'm supposed to get my tax money, and it's supposed to be around $4,000, enough to come to the Philippines and then come back. And the government, because I was previously married and she had a college loan, they took all my money. And then I have to message them and say, hey, we're not married. And here's the divorce decree that says she takes care of her own debt. I have nothing to do with it. That took about another 6 months just to get the money. But when that happens, because of my personality, because I'm a hopeless romantic at the time, is if I can't be with you now, it's never going to happen.
Okay.
So instead of being patient, and I didn't have a job, I was applying, couldn't get a job, couldn't get money. Oh, you're overqualified. And so I just felt like it was hopeless. So what did I do? I wound up, instead of talking to her, and I couldn't support her anymore, so she was going to have to go to Manila. And then once she got to Manila, she got with an agency, and I knew she was going to, if you're with an agency, you're talking about 3 more years of being abroad. I can't wait that long. And
You want her?
I want her. And the thing is, so what I do, I block her on Facebook, and I stop talking to her. And it's because I'm like, if I can't be with her, what's the point? Because if I have her in my life, if she messages me, I'm just going to get more and more depressed.
Would you say that the block thing is a form of self-sabotage?
I would have told you back then I was protecting my own feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe it's self-sabotage, because it was probably, let's say that happened, and then 2 months later, I get a full-time job paying me really good money. So all I had to do is be just a little bit patient. And
Okay.
instead of waiting another, I think it was 4 or 5 years that we were separated, if I'd just been a little bit patient, I got this full-time job, I could have literally said, hey, I got a job, I got the money, here's some money, and canceled her contract with the OFWs.
Yeah.
You just got to pay them enough money to say, listen, here's the money back for what you invested in her, here's your plane ticket, and then send her back to the Philippines. And
So
they would have done it.
So that's the lesson right there. The lesson is, if you were patient, like just a little bit patient, it could have worked.
So most people give up right before blessing.
Oh yeah, I remember the book, The Think and Grow Rich, right?
Yep.
There's a story there about the gold,
Yep.
right?
The guy's picking at the gold and he gives up right before.
Right
he's about to
before
hit it.
that's what's happening to most people, guys. No, a lot of us wants to manifest, wants to create, wants to achieve, wants to create the results, but we tend to give up before the miracle happens.
Yeah.
We always give up before the miracle, like a few minutes before the miracle, because the universe has strange ways, and it's always a test. Remember that, guys. Whatever is happening in your life right now, it's always to show you what needs to be healed inside of you. A lot of us, when things happen, we are external, we tend to be like reactive. Why is this happening to me? You tend to question, you will even question God, the universe, the creator. You will question your parents. You will have this narrative that you are the victim. But bottom line, whatever is happening around you serves as a lesson so that you would know what to heal in you, so you could become a better person, become a better vessel of blessings, so that you can carry more blessings in your life. Now, we will talk about blessings later on, but bottom line, what happens? So after the challenges,
So I remember I get a job.
fast forward,
I get a job, do all that, and I go through a period of time. My mom's like, why don't you date other people? I was dating other people, but I was like, and I had other people tell me, it's like, why don't you date other people? And I remember telling that guy, I said, my problem now is I've been with a good woman, so I know what a good woman is, and none of these women are good. At the same time, because of all the hurt, that's when I said, you know what, I no longer believe in God nor love.
yeah. So it's like,
So I shut it all down.
so you have limiting beliefs, but you know how to be treated well because you've been with a good woman now. You have standards now, but also you are also afraid and you have fears.
Yeah.
So it's like a little,
Because it never
little
happened. It
combination,
was
no?
like, why I think there's ever going to be any good happen in every good relationship, because it just never is going to happen. Why are you going to tell me there's such a good God when obviously there's not a good God? Because if there wasn't such a good God, why would this happen to me?
Okay.
So I'd
I get
rather
it.
shut it all down. I remember going through a period of time. I used to go into, I used to come into work. I'd sit at my desk and I'd be crying. I'd be working, but I'm crying.
Why?
Just because I was depressed. I was
Okay.
on about 3 different antidepressants at the time. I was on high blood pressure medication. I had hypertension
Okay.
because I was 400 something
You
pounds.
were obese this time.
Yeah, almost 400 pounds. And then I'm also taking care of the kids
Yeah.
and everything. So I've been a single
So
dad
you
most of my
felt
life.
like alone.
Yeah, and I was alone. I remember one time I yelled at my son Isaiah, who's like 6 at the time, and he came in to my mother, and he's crying. And then Mom said, "Is everything okay?" She says, "I understand." And he told her, he said, "I understand. Dad just wants someone to love him."
Yeah.
So him, he's a big dude now, but I remember when he was 6, 7 years old, he used to sleep with me in my bed to be a comfort instead of, if you will, out playing. But so, I mean, it's like, I've seen him give up a lot. Like even now, he'll say things. I'm like, that's because of things I went through with him. As he goes, for example, he said he wants to act like a kid a lot of times. In reality, you want to act like a kid because I took your childhood away. Because you were there for me when I had no one.
How long was this happening?
So
This
we
stage in your life?
dated, me and Wing dated for about a year, and then we were separated for, I think, 4 years or so.
So the 4 years, you were depressed for 4 years.
Yeah.
You had been suffering.
Suicidal depressed, not just depressed.
So you were suffering for 4 years, and then you met Ma'am Rowena again.
Yeah, I met.
So how did it happen? Like,
How did it happen again? I remember I was going through my depression, and then I started waking up hearing, because I was still Muslim, but I stopped praying, stopped doing any of that, and I'd wake up hearing the adhan, or the Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then I started hearing the Fatiha, Bismillah Rahman Rahim, and then my friend who had kicked me out called me. He said, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm good. It's weird hearing from you." He said, "I was just driving through Jacksonville." He passed Jacksonville. And I was just talking to him, and then we started talking some, and he said, "Why don't you call your wife?" And I said, "What wife?" And he said, "Don't act stupid, because I was there when you got married to Wayne, because when we took a knee off." And so I remember talking to my manager at the time, who's a pastor, and I asked him about pain, because he had lost his father. And he said, "To be honest with you, you never get over the pain." He said, "You just heal. You get stronger from it." And then I remember calling, I messaged Wing, because what had happened, I did block her, unblock her, wait 2 days, reblock her, unblock her, back and forth. So I'd see that she's dating somebody.
So you're stalking
her. And then later on, she told me in life, she said, "What's funny is I'd date somebody and they give me flowers, and the only thing I would think of was you." I couldn't even think that this new man gave me the gift. It was William.
You know what? Before I don't believe in soulmates, guys, or soul ties. Now it's just based on the story, knowing them, it's like soulmates are real. If the world was ending, I'm gonna be next.
That's what I was telling you. I said there are soulmates, and there's also something called twin flames. And I believe that there is such a thing called twin flames. Twin flames is you're both from the same stardust.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do, you will come back to each other. Soulmates, you can actually lose. Twin flames, you cannot.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah. Because there's a study that I've read about Kabbalah, and soulmates doesn't mean opposite sex.
Yeah, it can be the same sex.
Like soulmates can also be a friend.
Yep.
A friend can be like a soulmate to you.
Yeah.
You could have multiple soulmates, like a friend, a business partner, and all that.
Yeah.
But talking about you getting back together, because we're talking, we want to dive into the healing process and pain and suffering and self-worth, because I believe later on we'll talk about business. I believe a lot of what's happening in the business, a lot of the challenges in the business, a lot of the challenges in entrepreneurship are all just personal development.
Correct.
Are all triggers, are all, 90% of the problems. It's like relationship, self-worth, you don't know how to price your services properly because you don't value yourself. You don't know how to deal with employees or people because, you can deal with your own family, right? And then, it's like the poker stuff. So, would you say that you getting back together, aside from it being destiny, would you say that it's part of the healing process that you had?
Very much so. I remember messaging her, I just was like, "Assalamu alaikum," and just to see, is she going to respond back to me? And then she responds back, and I'm like, "Can we talk?" And she said yes.
Is there like a miss you? No.
None of that. Yeah. And then I said, we did a video call. I remember she's sitting in front of it, has the little white laptop she had. And as soon as she saw me, she just started pouring tears down. And at that time, I was like, I had the job, good paying job, had my Lexus and everything else. So I was like, I can afford it. And like when, just talking and everything, and then found out when she was actually going on vacation. But at the same time, she gave me an ultimatum. This is where I tell her, if you give me a goal, I'll meet it if you give me the goal. Because she told me at the time, she said, if you don't come to the Philippines this time, we're done and over. And I bought my plane ticket. I sent her the plane ticket and said, I'll meet you there and everything. But that's the other reason I said, for me, she didn't have to, quote unquote, give me another chance, but she did.
Yeah.
So for me, I tell people all the time, it's like, she's the one that showed me unconditional love. Non-transactional love at the time. So that was healing for me.
Take note of that, guys. When it comes to love, remember that love is not about taking something from the person, right? Because there's a fine line between taking and receiving, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we want to be in a relationship to take something, to take attention from the person, to take respect from the person, to take, whatever you want to take from the person that you said you love.
Yeah.
Right? Understand that love is all about giving. Love is giving without trying to take. Giving, but bottom line, if the other person loves you as well, they will also give back.
Yeah.
And it's time for you to receive. So you also have to learn how to receive.
Yeah.
Because most of us, if we have self-worth problems, we don't know how to receive, right?
And it's like, even prior to meeting her again, I remember she called me one time. I had her unblocked, and I told her, I said, you got to understand, Wing, I no longer believe in God. You're a Muslim. I don't believe in God. I'm an anti-theist at the time. And she told me, she said, that's okay. I understand where you're coming from, but I also know your heart. Mm-hmm. And in her mind was, as long as we get together, if we can get together, trust me, God will heal that as well. So she's the one that showed me unconditional love at first, so that kind of healed it, and then we got it back together. I came over here, met her, and this is during President Obama, and then I came back to the United States. I hired a visa company, and then I talked to my boss, said, listen, I got to go back to the Philippines, because I've been with my wife already. And I remember meeting her in Talawas and in Pagadian, and meeting the family and everything. And then this was when I was almost 400 pounds, walking the rice paddies.
Yeah.
And big, this big. And in my mind, she was going, when we first met at the airport, she's worried. She said, maybe he won't like me. I'm too short. I'm too dark. I'm not pretty enough. And I'm like, why does she even want to do anything with me? I'm almost 400 pounds. I'm ugly. I ain't got nothing to offer. And I've also had people at the time.
Okay.
My mom
Okay.
mom wasn't too fond of the idea, because my mom's like, well, maybe she only wants a visa. And this is what everybody usually says. I said, no, she could care less about the visa.
Because she's just been working abroad.
Yeah, she could care less about it. And it's like, but that's when we met. And then when I came back to the Philippines in about 3 months. And then while we were here, her visa was approved, which usually takes a year to get approved, but it was approved within 3 months. And then by the end of the year, she was in the States. So.
Okay, love that.
But even when she came over there, I was still gambling. I was still doing poker. And the thing about her, what's really, I tell people, my first wife, if you did something she didn't like, it's and just run her mouth at you and call you every name in the book. Wing, I remember I'd go gambling, even though she didn't approve of it. She'd ask me, she'd say, I'd come home and she'd be like, how was it? And she'd say, I said, well, it was up and down. I didn't really win anything. And she would just be like, Alhamdulillah, mashallah. But you could see in her eyes, she had this, her eyes when she's angry is not white. They turn like a reddish color. She'd be angry and upset about it, but she didn't run her mouth at me.
She would try to
She'd hold it in, and she did not run her mouth at me. She didn't call me names.
Love that.
She didn't say anything. She still loved me where I was at.
So love for you, what shifted you as a person is the love she's giving, unconditional love, and the belief, she believed in you.
Yeah.
She believed in your potential. I'm really excited with her interview, actually, because I'm taking notes here, and I would love to have this conversation with her as well, but not now. She will have her time. This is about you, but so you have self-worth problems.
Yep.
Still, you have patterns of depression, patterns of self-inflicting damages and self-sabotage. You're playing poker. So you're gambling and you weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So what shifted everything? Because right now, you don't weigh 400 pounds. You look sexy, you look a lot better now.
Yeah.
You look different, you look younger. Based on the photos that I've seen and based on the first time I seen you, so.
Yes,
what changed?
No.
Look, even how you walk is different.
Yeah.
How you sit is different. Even how you talk is different now. A lot different, because before, when we did an interview, so like for 15 minutes, you were like, you cannot finish a sentence without hyperventilating. Right?
Yeah.
So what shifted everything,
So I went through, even in the Philippines, we started the agency, and not get into all that, but things would work out, then betrayal, things work out, betrayal, things work out, betrayal, partner with people, betrayal.
So betrayals, and it triggered the problem with the first wife. Yeah. It triggered the old patterns. Okay.
The old patterns. And then trusting the wrong people, and then getting screwed over and stuff like that. But it got to the point at the time, I was telling someone yesterday, he said, listen, I was living in the Philippines and I didn't want nothing to do with another Filipino. I was going to Manila.
I'm done with Filipinos.
Yeah, I was also coming to Manila to gamble, to get away from everybody. So, because she allowed me to come to the casino here, and then she saw me win, and she, in her mind, she, oh, you're actually really good at this. I was like, in the first place, second place, stuff like that. And I enjoyed it too, but I was still doing it to deal with my issues, my self-worth, and the depression and the anxiety and suicidal thoughts and stuff like that still. Because I would stay in the condo, because there I could have peace. But during that time, I came back to Manila. I'm not Manila, but Surigao, and she had sent me a video, and she says, hey, you should watch this guy. And I just looked at it, I was like, I'm not watching him, he's fucking Filipino. I'm not watching him, I don't want nothing to do with another Filipino. And I remember coming in the couch at the house in Surigao.
So who's that guy? She wanted you to watch.
You.
Oh, me. Yeah. That was me already. Okay.
You. Yeah, that
so,
time.
So it means that she's the one who knew me first.
She knew you first.
Okay.
So she had seen some other coaches, but then she came across you, and she sent me that. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch him. I didn't tell her I'm not gonna watch it, but I just ignored it. And then I came in on the couch, and we always used to sit on the couch, and I sat on the couch, and she laid down on the couch, putting her head on me, and then turned you on.
Okay.
So it was like she's forcing you and capturing me there to watch it. And then I remember watching you, and I was like, this guy sounds a lot like Tony Robbins, but he's Filipino, and his frameworks are a lot more understandable. Tony, for me, I get them, but it's not where it breaks it down as slowly.
Yeah.
And you break it down. But then the thing is, I don't understand Tagalog that much. I understand more than I did before. But I remember listening, and I told people all the time, I could see in your eyes, it's like he's actually been through a lot of real betrayals and stuff. Then I remember it was like you're telling your story on one of the videos. I was like, hun, we've only lost, I think it was, let's say, several million we were talking about. And I'm like, he's lost $35 million, 35 million pesos. I was like, why am I complaining? Because I had stopped doing YouTube videos. I'd stopped doing everything I was doing in the agency. I just didn't want to do nothing. And after that, I was like, let me look up, Google you, and try to find your course, because you mentioned it. I couldn't even find your course. I'm like, where's this course at? I messaged Aloss. I remember connected with Henry. And then Aloss, I'm watching all these young kids. I'm like, how are all these young 18, 19-year-old kids getting around MJ? And she said, well, it was at the time, it's Worldwide Entrepreneurs. And I told her, I said, how do you get to go see them talk? And she said, well, they're all in Worldwide Entrepreneurs. I said, well, send me the kit. I want to get in Worldwide Entrepreneurs. And then that's how I bought into the company at the time. And so I can get, quote unquote, the discount. I said, I don't want the products. I could give a shit about the products.
Yeah, the training,
I wanted the actual training. And then I told Wing at the time, then I bought Success Blueprint. And then you dropped an offer for Mastery, and I bought that. And then I started going through that a little bit at that time. And then we started following you. We wanted to do our conference. We were doing Digital Impact. And I was like, well, if we're going to do Digital Impact, I want MJ here.
Yeah. And I remember one of the major deals I always have when it comes to speaking engagement is I want more time. Because I just wanted to create more value, you know. Like 1 hour for me is just my story. You know, I'm just doing the intro, preparing the audience for an immersive exercises, raising their hands, tapping the shoulders, right? It's sharing and all that. It's like 1 hour is just preparation, prepping for something more immersive, right? And I remember my first question, is it non-profit? Is it, or do I see a lot of other influencers in here because I'm trying to protect my space as well? And then I remember you was like, okay, I'm gonna make it happen. And I remember you like just saying yes. And then I'm gonna have the whole day. And it's like, I'm so excited because you know me. It's like, if it's creating value, if it's an opportunity to share the value that I have, I would like do everything I can.
Yeah.
So I remember that when I arrived at the airport, I didn't know. So this is where I get to know you even more because my first question is, since it's my first time in Surigao, of course, if you are from Manila, you will hear a lot of things about Mindanao, right? A lot of things about other states or cities. And it's like, is it safe in there? Am I gonna get kidnapped? Am I safe? Where's the event and where's the hotel? Is the hotel same with the event so that I don't have to travel and all that, right? So yeah, I remember that, and I remember seeing you first time, and what I saw is actually your potential. You know, I didn't, because when I look at a person, I don't look at the past. I only look at the past to understand where is this belief coming from. Like all the limiting beliefs that you have, it's coming from the past, obviously. It's like no limiting belief will come from the future. It's always coming from the past negative experiences. So that's the only time I try to like do research and ask questions about the past, because that's where I discover where you are coming from. But what I see is like a leader, you know, something powerful, someone who's really powerful. Right? So can you tell us more about what happened?
I mean, I first met you, this is at the airport, and I remember there's some, some kids and stuff, they're like, they want to take pictures and stuff. I was like, this is wild to actually see you there. And then I picked you up and brought you to the hotel, and then we came to the house and stuff. I was just introducing you to the team and stuff, because at the time, the agency, we had like 60 plus staff and stuff like that, but we brought you in the house just to have dinner together. And then I remember you were staying at the hotel, and then I even rented me and Wing a hotel room in there because I know you're going to be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And you were up with Geb, having a little private mastermind. But we did the event together, and just, for me, it wasn't really about having a lot of the other speakers. Originally I wanted to bring you to Surigao so I could get you around myself and the team, because I knew how much it affected me just by the little bit I had been around you at the time. And then, so you came and you did the event, and then I remember at the time, because I tell people, they're like, well, how did you lose all the weight? I said, to be honest, I said, the only thing I know was, at the time I remember meeting MJ, and you were like, next time we speak, I believe you're going to be in that black pinstripe suit you want, and you'll have lost a little bit of weight. And prior to that, we had talked about doing a weight loss challenge. And then we started the weight loss challenge, and I told people it has not been a struggle ever. And I said, used to, I've lost weight and gained it back. I've had bariatric surgery, which Wing was there for, to have my stomach reduced, and I lost the weight, gained it back, all because of my self-image. But this time it was like, lost the weight, and there have been times where, let's say from January this year till 3 weeks ago, I've stayed at 115 kilos, 115, 116, and now I started dropping again. But it's not been a struggle. I haven't been like, oh my God, and go back to my old patterns or nothing like that. But it's not been a struggle. So it's like that part of it, and then the self-image part of it, and then me and Wing, we recognize a lot of our patterns. It's not even, we're loving before, but we're even more loving now. And I think yesterday, she's been watching some love series, and she's like, maybe I need to watch some love series. I need some more love in my life, because maybe I'm not as loving to you as I should be. and stuff, and the little things like that. But a lot of it, besides that, when we were in Surigao, or because of everything that was happening in our business, I'd be in my room, she'd be in the living room, mom's in her room, Isaiah in his room, Lila's in her room, and we never sit around
Yeah.
the table. We never talk to each other. We didn't have dinner together most of the time. And Lila, I remember probably a month ago, she said she's thankful that you came in our life because she said our family was falling apart. And
Yeah.
she saw it. And even though she never said nothing, she saw it. And we didn't realize how much it had affected the kids
Yeah.
until she had said it and realized it. And now it's like, Lila comes, sits on my lap, and she talks to her mom, and they do things together. Yesterday, they were doing their hair, and Isaiah works out with me and you, and then Isaiah jokes around with me and stuff. And, we didn't have that before. Before, it was just kind of like he didn't want nothing to do with me. It's like I'm working my ass off for all of us.
Yeah, I remember
You don't want
Isaiah
nothing to
and
do with
Lila
us.
was not even attending the digital impact. I was looking for them. And those were the patterns I recognized. Like the family is, I don't understand. They should be the one supportive, or they should be the one
Yeah.
taking the lead, because this is a huge potential. This is a huge business. This is an international business.
Yeah.
And I've seen the team is like, I remember it's kind of weird, but I'm trying to call out, but not call out too much because I'm the speaker there. I'm not the organizer of the event. I don't want to.
Oh, I remember you did at one point. You were speaking, and remember there was one point in which you said, your Williams team, you were like, not to point anybody out, but all of Williams' team, y'all are here, and you can't even comment on his posts or
Right.
share his posts, and I'm MJ over here, and I'm commenting on his post, and I'm sharing his post.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you said, and that's kind of like, in my mind, I'm saying you're right.
Yeah, and I have a lot of things to say, but I'm trying to be careful because,
Yeah.
okay, I'm the guest speaker here. I don't want to be rude to people. But I remember there's a conversation in the GC because whenever we do events, paid or not,
Yeah.
it's like we show up the best we can, right? We show up as if we're paid millions to do it, right? So I was up at 5 a.m. doing my stretching, my mobility. And then I came downstairs to look at the venue. It's like, what the fork? It's like, shit, the venue is messed up. It's dirty. It's like,
Yeah, I remember coming down, there was still, from
there's-
the night before, there was plates
they're
with
still
chicken
doing egg
bones
rest from
and-
the night before. Right? They're still doing eggs. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? And the one weird thing is, the registration is at 7, and I ask the team, when are you guys coming? Like 8. How the fuck? Like what? Why? It's like the registration is at 7,
And you're going to come
and
in.
you're gonna come at 8. Who's gonna receive the registration? Me?
Yeah.
Who's gonna handle the people who will register? Me? Is it my team? You have to tell me if it's my team. We can do it, right? So it's like, this is a lot of misalignment, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of a lot of negligence, and just being irresponsible. So it's like, it's fallen apart.
Yeah.
Slowly fallen apart.
Yeah.
So it's like, the family doesn't support each other. What else should I know? What else should I see? And then during those times, I'm doing my best to actually just create value. I just want to help. So it's like whenever I have the chance, I talk to one of the team, using my techniques and NLP. It's like I talk to this person, and reading this, like I want to know who are the people I can trust in this space. Always thinking about the possibilities.
I used to do is I'd look at the beginning of the year when all the poker events were going to be in Manila. And then I would schedule it to be there. And then also I had awarding ceremonies that I was going to come to. And then while I was here, I told Wing as well, I said, well, I'm going to also go see MJ. I want to actually meet him and actually be around him and that sort of thing. So I'd come to the events to play poker and then awarding, and then I'd also come to see you. And then I came to see you, and then I think Wing came maybe a week or two after I got here. And that was in like July or so.
Oh yeah, and I remember, you guys have to understand that William right here, switch. William right here was actually the reason why we have Power Talks. Because he told me he's gonna be staying here. And it's like we have like Success Blueprint Masterminds and Ultimate Masterminds, and I think it's not enough. It's like, he will stay here, I have to share more value. So I started doing the Power Talks, and the Power Talks had been a huge success, guys. And we don't have a website yet, but I'm here to tell you, Success Power Talks will now be a paid event. You know, it's going to be really affordable, but I will share massive value with you because we are creating results in Power Talks. So if you want to attend, if you want to reserve your seats, just comment Power Talks in the comment section, and alas, Lisa, which is here, and Henry, who is here, will assist you. We would love to help you and assist you right now. And talking about, you know, the courses that we're talking about, if you want to be part of the community, talk to William Jones and all the other successful entrepreneurs we have in the space. Guys, just enroll now in mjlopez.ph. Wala tayong audio? Check sound too. Yung meron. So just enroll now in mjlopez.ph. Gcash, Maya, credit card is available. All right. So Lisa, just copy paste the link in the comment section. Thank you. So you went here, and we started Power Talks, and then there's another challenge. So it's like I want the people also to understand. Nandun na sa notes, pinakita ko sa iyo kanina, Lisa. Nasa left side. Dito. Yan, kakopy mo lang yan. So I remember, so I just want the audience to understand that it's not rainbows and sunshines and butterflies, that when you found the right mentor, when you find the right community, when you find your soulmate, the love of your life, the twin flame, it's not always happy. You will all still face challenges because that's part of growth.
Yes.
That's part of success. But right now, we are enjoying that process. We will share with you later on because, you know, this is a long story, guys. We're trying to fast forward everything because we want to answer some questions as well. Is it okay with you?
Yeah.
A long live session, right?
Good.
Because we can create value now. Now, going back to that, after meeting me, there's another challenge, another breakthrough. What happened?
More things fall apart. This is right around the time she comes to Manila, and then we find out, for example, that a lot of our team actually wanted to leave, and they started betraying us again. More betrayal, but it's like
from 80 people to
now we're down to about 12. I remember you asking me because you plant little seeds because it's one of the things with NLP. It's like. He's like, do you think it's possible? This is what one of the Power Talks. You're like, do you think it's possible that you could run the same business but with less people? And then I thought about it, it's like, yeah, it's possible. And then you told me, you said, there are provinces near Manila where you can actually move them to. And I was like, no, province is like, Pagadian or Surigao. And then I went to Santa Maria, and I was like, this is amazing. You could rent a house over here for like what it costs, 100-something thousand. In Manila, it would cost you like $40K out here. Same house, same gated community, same SM malls, everything, nice area, close enough to Manila and far enough away. And, right after that's when we lost a lot of our team. Then we go through the dolly and all that crap again. But this time it was, for us, we'd been through this so many times, it was just like, no big deal. Because, I was like, I message you and I'm like, what do we do? Oh, just do this. And I got an attorney, and the attorney dealt with this and that. And it was fine, crystal clear. Even Dolly's, this ain't a big deal, just handle this and we're done. But when we got done, that's when it's like, no, we're going to shut it down completely. And then we moved everything to here. And I tell people all the time, the only reason we even did Wolf Forge was because of you and me. If it's up to me, I've been like, nah, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm done dealing with this crap. I'd rather just find and do my own thing or sell for agencies and get a commission out of it. But so we probably about 12 of the team members moved here. We found a place, even the place we're in now, we found by accident. We were looking at buildings and no, that one's not good enough. No, we don't want you. No, we can't do it. And then we backed into the street that we're on. We just went to turn around and Rowena seen the building. It's like, oh my God, that building's for rent. And I was like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to afford it. It's a 3-story building. And then,
Oh yeah, I remember you sending me a video
I
of it.
sent you a video and a message, and you're like, I'm hoping you're going to go, no, that's too much. And you're like, no, you can afford it. No, I'm sure you'll be able to handle it. And then, so we got that building, and she's the one that designed it all and everything.
Yeah.
And the team came here, moved everything here, and so that's kind of where we're at with that.
Yeah. And you have to understand this, all the businesses that are built through a crisis is actually more sustainable. Why? It's because if you start during the harvest time and you tend to harvest, you will misunderstand how the system works. You will think it's just so easy to make money and all that, and it will not be sustainable. But if your business is born through a crisis, and you are actually born through a crisis, and you face crisis and challenges, it will be easy for you to navigate whatever the fuck is happening in your life and in your business. Which is the main reason why I know that Wolf Forge is extremely strong. We've built this foundation, and we are creating massive momentum. Now, talking about...
going back to that, it's like even the first time we started our first business, that was right before COVID. And we went through COVID with it.
Yeah.
So it's the same patterns with everything we've ever went through. So it's like every time we build anything successful, it's been through times that were hard and difficult.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about your success, especially in terms of like shifting everything, from challenges, from the self-worth. Now you lost, I think, 160 pounds or 170 pounds already.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of weight you're lifting, and she's so strong, guys. It's like really strong. It's like I'm an athlete. I know it's gonna be. It's like I'm thinking it's hard to keep up with me in terms of lifting, but he's not just keeping up with the space, with the workload. He's like lifting more, heavier loads, and he's amazing. And I love the fact that we are facing this pain together. No pain, no gain. But it's like for you with the success that you have right now, what do you think is the most or are the most important factors of your success?
So number one, I've always have met you. It's like everything good begins with a yes, and yes, my name is MJ Lopez. So it's very true because I didn't want another Filipino, much less a Filipino mentor. When I came to Manila, I wasn't looking for a mentor. I just wanted to get around you. And then found out, okay, we become a mentor. And then we started Wolf Forge. I don't know, I think I had talked or said something to Jeff at the time, but it was like, you kept giving so much value and value and value and value. And I was like, when's the invoice coming? Because I'm so used to people supposedly helping you and then wanting something back. And then me and Wing had talked, we was like, maybe we could give them like a percentage or something and help us. And then you wound up becoming the chief systems officer.
Yeah.
And then you presented, you said, I got something I want to present to you and Wing. And was the partnership. And then at the time, I was like, everything that this man's touched in our life has been blessed. So for me, it was like a yes. For Wing, she still is like, We've been
A lot of
we've been
overthinking.
screwed,
Yeah, a lot of
bro.
overthinking.
We've been
Yeah.
screwed based on a lot of your decisions, not on mine, but on your decisions. So I'm just like, we'll see if she says yes. And then she told me later on, she said, if I can give you a second chance, why can't I give MJ a second chance? Because we had quote unquote a partner that screwed us over. Why can't we give MJ a second chance? Because everything he's done has been nothing. He's never asked for anything. He's never pushed anything. He's done nothing but help. He's done nothing but show up. I even told someone yesterday I interviewed, I said, he's the only man I know in my life that if I call him right now and I say, I have an emergency, he'll drop what he's doing and he'll show up.
Yeah.
I said, you're not going to show up. This person ain't going to show up. I said, this person will show up, regardless. And I said, that doesn't have to do, oh, he's your partner or, oh, he's your friend. No, this is MJ. This is the way he is. And then, and I remember going through SB Lead, and that's at that point during this time when I went through SB Lead, I was getting ready. I was the CEO, but I was getting ready to. I don't want to be the CEO. I just want to do sales.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, and I
We
told
had that
you yesterday,
conversation.
I just wanted to do that, and then I didn't believe. Honestly, still at this point, this was this year. What is it? March of this year, and I was like, I didn't believe my team wanted me to lead. I didn't believe my family wanted me to lead. I didn't think anybody wanted me to lead. And I didn't trust myself to lead. And then I was put in a situation in SB Lead where you're put in multiple situations where you get the chance to lead. And then some of them I took and a lot of them I didn't take. And then the last one I did take, but I was like, I remember in the back, I'm sure in my mind, I was like, I want to, but I don't want to. Because I realized, I told people, it's like, if you take this role, I said, and you fail, you all failed.
It's on you. Yeah.
All failed. And I said, and I cost you the money. I didn't want to do it. And then at one point, I see you in a corner. And so I was joking. I said that he looked like the angry, like holy anger face on him. I said, and I was like, I felt like the movie was Ghost where Patrick Swayze comes in Whoopi Goldberg. Like I felt like you come into me, your energy. And then I discovered, I think I said to you and Jeff, I said, I'll do it. And I half scared, but I'll do it. And then you walk out the room, he said, whoever it is has to come out and negotiate with me. And I told Jeff, I'll do it. And then I came out and I negotiated with you and stuff and that sort of thing. And then we did that. And then we passed it, but it was a chance in which I got the lead. And from there, that's when I changed. Like I come home and I'm more of a leader, showing up with my kids, showing up with the family, showing up with the team, training them. Even yesterday we were doing training and stuff, and realizing through that a lot of it is like still my own patterns, being more patient, being more loving, and knowing that you're not, perfect. So why are you expecting everybody else to be perfect too?
No,
And and even to this day, it's like I still recognize my own patterns and why am I thinking this? Why am I getting in my head? And then I've had the privilege of being around you more, so I see certain things you do, and I'm like, so I'll go do this. I'll go box, or I'll go work out, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll write down things that I'm thinking because I'm not getting out of my head and recognizing why am I doing the things I'm doing. And then,
Okay, so those of you who are curious, who don't know yet, we have an event called SB Lead. So SB Lead is Success Blueprint, Leadership Excellence, Achievement, and Development. And the good news is, it's now open for everyone. Because before, I kind of wanted to do it's like Unleash the Power Within, mixed with Date with Destiny, but it's a lot more affordable. You don't have to go to the US, and it's more immersive because we're gonna be staying in the same place, and it's like a boot camp. So if you're thinking about the price is 6 digits, mainly because I'm paying for the hotel, and the hotel is like 4.5 to 5-star hotel. All the food, everything is taken care of. You just have to show up. And it's extremely transformational. And William here was talking about also the importance of transformation in your life. Because we tend to like judge ourselves, we tend to say that we cannot do this, I don't want to do that. But now he is leading the team, he is teaching the team, he has power talks, he has more energy. We are even facing the same pain every single freaking night and morning. We do fasted cardios every day. We train in the gym every night. We eat healthy stuff, but stuff that doesn't taste good sometimes. You know, but it's like, good news is Mom Weng is really good at cooking, but you know, sometimes it's like, it's boring stuff, you know.
Yeah, even today I told her, I said, you want me to order a salad because I had a chicken wrap. She said, I do not eat, what is it, rabbit food. I don't want rabbit food.
So now, so number one for you is someone who believes. Number two, is it the lead? Is it a transformation? What else? It's
It
like,
was having both of you that believe in me, seeing in me what, I don't see in myself, and then SB lead.
SB lead.
SB lead was the real game changer for us,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. And a lot of people tend to not see the value of immersion, the value of having a community, and the value of energy. You know, energy is extremely important, guys. A lot of people seem to think that they have a lot of problems, and most of them really does have a lot of problems. But most of the problems that you have will be solved if you have energy to solve it. If you have the energy to face it. A lot of people doesn't lack the strategies. A lot of people doesn't lack the solutions. You just lack the energy to focus and solve the problem. Can you tell me more about, about the shift that you have right now? You know, what's going on in your life? What are the wins that you have?
Yeah, so for me, like SB lead was like the course, Success Blueprint is the course, and then SB lead is a world in which you actually get to practice the course. So in doing that, it forces you to integrate into your life what you should have already been integrating. Now it's not you should have, now I'm going to force you to.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of are you going to take on leadership? You are going to take on leadership.
You will, yeah.
And you are going to do these things because you have no other choice. And then besides that, so now we back to building the company. Yes, we've faced some challenges, payment methods, and different things like that. And we just recently had 5 people that left, but even now it's like this. The response is this is a blessing. Even today we're changing out. We have a new helper. This is a blessing. I know anymore. It's like if things are shifting, it's like. It's shifting because it's getting ready to open up the door for more blessings.
Exactly.
And it's like after those set of 5 people left, now I signed on platinum. I got another guy tonight I'm talking to about platinum, or platinum with our company. And so things are starting to move in the right direction with the company and stuff. Debt, we're paying things off and that sort of thing. Besides the family's more aligned. Like the way we wake up in the morning, we follow your
Structure,
your structure living. When I wake up, I drink my water, I do my stretching, my mobility, I do my fasted cardio. But first hours for me, then once Wing comes down, I sit down with her, I have coffee with her, and then we go over, while we're going over coffee, I have my red book, which has my goals, and then I go over my black book, which is structuring my day. And then she does the same thing. Then we make content together and everything's in a flow versus before it was just, chaotic.
Chaotic, yeah.
And then you wonder why you're drained. You're drained because your life is chaotic. Your life is not structured.
Yeah,
Therefore, it's chaotic.
you're not aligned with what you want to do. You're not aligned with what you want to get. You're not aligned with the future that you want.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of what we do in Success Blueprint.
And then the other big one that you taught me was living intentionally, not unintentional. So it's like, I'm going to intentionally do these things for this result, and so everything is a lot better in that sense. As far as structure, as far as energy, it's like even, tell people all the time, it's like, how do you get better at it? It's like, I show up even if I don't feel like showing up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a lot of people don't understand. The power in showing up, guys. You have to, even in the gym, there are times that you don't want to go.
Yeah.
There are times that your feet is numb, your quads, like, so painful. The lower back is painful. The shoulders, now my wrists. But it's like, no, I have to show up. And there will be times that, especially if it's now a habit, there will be times that you just want to show up regardless.
Yeah.
It's like part of my life now. It's like going to the gym. It's not like
It's like
not
I
a
used
chore.
to do basically I used to work out 8 to 9 o'clock at night, and I don't enjoy that anymore. I prefer the workout at like 2,
Late,
3
yeah.
a.m. in the morning, late, when no one else is there, when I can just focus, and it's just like me, you, and Isaiah, or whoever, And so, yeah.
Yeah, so guys, it's time for you to ask questions, guys. Do you have questions for us right now? Come on, let's go. What did you learn, guys, in our podcast, hindi na naka-auto. Okay, what did you learn in our podcast right now, in our event, and in this live session? And we will try to answer your questions, guys. Can I have my phone? Doon ko na lang babasahin. Hindi ko kasi mabasa yung mga tanong eh. Guys, please comment. What are the questions that you have for us? You can ask questions to William. You can ask questions to me. We can answer your questions. Anyone? Come on. Live intentionally. That's good. That's good, Anthony. What else, guys? Yung kwento na lamang, no? Parang no? It's like, parang risk it all, no? But just a chance. Alright, so someone, choppy daw, bumalik na. What are the other comments? Paki-scroll nga, hindi ko makita dito. Kaka-open ko lang ng live eh. Tandaran. Sige. Baba. Ayan, mga nagtatag sila. Nice story, sabi ni... Anong pangalan niya? Hindi ko mabasa. Jaivon. Okay, next. Naglalag, baka lobat na yung laptop ko. Okay, Charles, baka mamatayan. Pag namatayan, patay yung live natin. So guys, please comment right now. What did you learn? And maybe you have questions right now. And paulan na natin ng maraming puso. Itong live na to, no? Ako pinapaulanan ko ng puso yung live ko. Kasi live ko to eh. Who will support me? Me. You support yourself. Ang tawag dyan, self-support. Self-love, self-respect, self-support.
Self-esteem.
Alright. So, yeah, do we have questions here? By the way, to those of you who wanna attend the next Power Talks, just type Power Talks in the comment section. Okay? So guys, if you have questions, just comment. So we can answer you. And later on, we will end this live because, we have to... I don't know what we're gonna do, but yeah, we will do something. Come on, guys, please comment. Do you have questions? Meron na ba tanong? What? William Jones is watching? How? How is William Jones watching? And how is William Jones commenting? William Jones is sending comment and you're here.
Yeah.
Leverage. How do you start again from so many betrayals? Well, number one, how did you start again?
I remember this, one of the questions I asked you was at one of the Power Talks. I asked you, I said, how do you trust yourself after you've made so many mistakes? And have you, mistakes or people betraying you? Because at the time, and I got emotional when I asked the question, because it's like, you trust yourself, but I can't trust myself.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
don't trust my heart no more. I don't trust my emotions no more.
Yeah, because if you've been through that, you will blame yourself. It's like, it's my fault that I am betrayed, right? But you know what? The answer to that question is, I just trust myself so much that even if people will betray me again, I can move forward. Because I have evidences. Because since I was betrayed over and over and I'm still alive, I'm still looking good.
And that's what you had told me too. And that's what I was like, you trust yourself more. And then you even told me, you said, the problem is you've been betrayed, you've been through this thing, but you've also made some really good choices. And there are people in your life, William, that you've helped. There are people in your life that are still there. There are people in your life that have been good choices. So just because you made some bad choices doesn't mean all of them are bad.
Yeah.
And so put it in perspective.
And for me, it's like the perspective is, it's like, again, these people who betrayed us are not part of the future that we're building.
Correct.
Right? Knowing what we know now, knowing their attitude, knowing their temperament, knowing their beliefs, knowing their character and personalities, I wouldn't want them to be part of my future.
Correct.
And the thing is, it's like we will only let go of these people because a lot of people will ask, why is it that the people who are kind are betrayed the most? It's because you are so fucking kind that you won't let go of people until they betray you. So of course they will betray you.
Correct.
Because even if you see signs, negative signs that these people
ignore them.
Yeah, these people are doing some bullshit, you won't let go because you're so
You ignore
kind.
the red flags.
Yeah, exactly my point. It's like we are betrayed for a reason. We are betrayed because we won't let go, and that's the only way for us to let go. And for me, God created that moment so that they will betray us so much, we will let go and not come back.
Correct.
Not allow them again, not tolerate them again.
Correct.
I've been in that position over and over, and I just understand how the world works, how the universe works. Oh, William just was asking. No, it's Ma'am Weng. Was there a moment when you almost gave up? How did you rebuild your confidence after failing? Yeah, we both have this moment, right?
Yep.
So, was there a moment when you almost gave up? Yeah.
Repetitively.
So, how did you rebuild your confidence?
A lot of it, I mean, it's through your mentorship, and then also it's not just mentorship, partnership, it's friendship. Because as I told you, it's like before, it's like I came to Manila didn't knowing I wanted a mentor, and I got a mentor, we got a partner, and then I got a friend. And then all of which I've always wanted, but it's just seems like no one ever, it's like always betrayals and stuff. But the confidence came through, I mean, honestly, it's like when you start working out and you start feeling better about yourself and you start looking better. And I'm jokingly, but not jokingly, when my wife squeezes my arms or whatever and tells me, oh, you're looking good, or your arms feel good, or you're looking good.
Always touch it, right?
You always you feel good. It's like coming down the stairs and I look in the mirror and I'm like, I look good, and you recognize that. You know, before I lost the weight, I didn't have the self-esteem. I, quote unquote, was working out and looking good, but I just always seen still, oh, fat William.
Yeah, it's what you see in the mirror. Right?
And now I see different. It's not the same way. A lot of it's through, the mentorship and SB Lead, but it's like I rebuild the confidence that way. It's like I've told even the team we have now, I know someone's going to betray me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Eventually, yeah.
I don't care. Number one, I don't need you. I've been through this alone. I was sleeping on, I remember, our dirty kitchen floor with Mickey Mouse before, and none of you were around.
Yeah.
You've never helped me pay my bills.
And the Mickey Mouse here in the Philippines are large.
Yeah, they're rats. Huge rats that look like cats. But the thing is, it's like, we've been through it so many times by ourselves, it's like, we don't need nobody. Well, do we want people around us? Yes. But do we need you? That's a different
Yeah.
question.
Wanting is
know.
different from needing,
Yeah.
right? And for me, that's love. It's like, I don't need you, you don't need me. Let's choose each other.
Yeah.
So for me, though, how did I rebuild my confidence? Number one, just show up. Because yes, there are multiple times that I almost gave up. There's actually a moment when I gave up, but God didn't give up on me. You know, I remember a moment in Southwoods exit. I was driving my Mustang and I just let go of the steering wheel, driving for 240 kilometers per hour. And I'm just ready, Lord, take me. It's like, let's see, let's see what will happen, right? And then, what happened was, I hit the barrier. My car was like going around like 8 to 9 times. This is where I get my wrist injured.
Yeah.
And then there's like lights, and you remember your daughter, you remember everything. And there's fear.
Yep.
There's fear that, oh shit, I don't want to die. It's just that I want to kill the pain inside. I want to kill the numbness inside of me. So it's like a golden ticket to life. And for me to see my real value as a person, for me to rebuild myself. So it's like, for me, that's a blessing. For me to have the opportunity to rebuild. And I love what you posted about, you ask God, why do I have to go through and live through darkness? Right? And God answered back, and God said, so that you know your way out when He sends you back in for someone else. And I think a lot of what I do right now, a lot of the value I want to create for people, it's because I know the exact feeling of suffering. I know the exact feeling of having no self-respect, no self-worth, checking out, the feeling of depression. And it's like, I don't want other people to suffer. I just want to help, and that is the main reason why, a lot of people feel safe in my presence. It's because I just don't want to take anything. I just want to give. I just want to.
Yeah, I think the confidence part of it, it's like, how does it come back? It comes back through the little decisions you do every single day. Like the things you've taught me, it's like getting up, drinking the water even, praying and doing the meditation and doing your goals and then working out and taking the small decisions. All of that compounds to build up your confidence. Because once I've done the hard things in the morning, the other stuff becomes easier. It's like, even in the gym, it's like, okay, once I've done the 40-something kilo weights, like the 30 kilos feels like I'm lifting lightweight.
Yeah, the 30 kilos are now the hour warm-up.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to move up, so 30 kilos left and right is actually my warm-up now, so that I can move to 35 and 40 soon. But I'm moving to 35 to 37.5, and my goal is when we get back to training again, I'm doing 40, so that later on I can do 45 as well. So it's also good to have this. It's like training with someone who's strong, like stronger, because it kind of pushes you to do more and become more.
I remember when I first saw you before, it's like, I told people it's not competing. It's just like, he's doing 30, why can't I do 30? So then I started lifting that and stuff. So it's like naturally pushes you and stuff. Even with Isaiah, I tease him and stuff. And like looking at the weight and stuff. I'm like, dude, I ate that for breakfast. Come on, man, you're my son. And then now he started lifting heavier weights going back and stuff. So, but yeah.
So William has another question. Mameng pala to. What would you say to someone who feels like they failed too many times? Fail more. Just fail more, Don't be afraid of failures. The winners, the losers are the people who are afraid of failure. The winners are the people who embrace failure as part of the process.
Correct.
Just fail more. Every single freaking night we fail. Right in the gym.
Yeah, even in the gym, they tell you take the weight to failure. You're sitting there shaking and about to give up, take it to failure.
And then we just drop the weight.
Fail more.
That's why I love the song, I just love the song. I will fight for you. Right? It's because it represents me not giving up on people because it's a promise that God didn't give up on me. So it's my time to like not give up and be that voice, be that energy, be the channel of blessing to people that you don't give up. I'm not gonna give up on you. Just we're gonna live in an abundant life. You will not just recover from what you've been through. We will live an abundant life.
Yes.
So that's what we do, guys. Last few questions. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes already. It's a fun, and of course there will be a replay with this one. We're gonna be saving this live session in this page. And if you enjoy podcasts like this, ayun, may nagtanong. Someone na hindi si Ma'am Weng. Sino to? What can you do if you can't escape the toxic place you are in? What if you cannot run or face it because doing it drains you more? Oh my God. This is a really contradicting, this is a contradicting question. It's because you cannot escape the toxic place. And you can also run, you cannot run or face it because doing it drains you more. So the thing is, Jaivon, what's your answer for this? I'm curious.
For me, I would say, my thing is, it's like a lot of abused women in the States or even in the Philippines. It's like, well, they'll stay in an abusive relationship because they want to fix it. They think the person loves them, but the person's beating them up and the person's abusing them, i.e. they're in a toxic relationship. Most people say, this might sound bad, but most people, you say, I want this goal, I want this thing in life, but you're not willing to do the work because the work, it seems like, for example, with me even working out, it's like you don't see the results instantaneously.
Yeah.
And you want instant results, and you think it's going to require too much work to get what you want. Well, that's what success is. Success requires work. And if you don't want to put in the work, just stop saying that the environment is too toxic.
And the thing is, like, the main reason why it's toxic and it's draining for us, it's because you are just trying to move out or move away. You are trying to escape the life that you have.
Yep.
If you're trying to escape the life that you have, you will be drained. So for example, when it comes to a relationship, right? You are tolerating a toxic relationship because you don't have a standard of what a relationship should look like. How do you want to be treated? How do you want to be appreciated? How you want to be loved? You don't even have a standard for the man or the woman that you want.
Correct.
Right? So the thing is, you will only let go of that person. You will only okay, enough is enough. I don't want this anymore. If you have a standard when it comes to relationship. Same goes with your life, Jaivon. So you start with having a standard with your life. Having a clear destination. Because you can only move towards the right. You don't escape. It's because even if you escape your situation, it's going to be the same toxic environment. It's because you're going to treat everyone as toxic.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are really toxic. And even if you are moving towards the right direction, you will still see toxic people. You will still face toxic people. But it will be worth it to face them if you are moving towards the right direction. So you have to have a destination.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's like the thing is, you either going to change yourself or God will force you to change. You're either going to change willingly, or the universe or God or whatever you wish to call it will put you in situations that will make you change.
Exactly.
And you won't like those when those happen, because when those happen, you won't have any choice in the matter.
Yeah.
And it will be harder for you because now it's like, you don't want to leave your job? Okay. Boss comes in and fires you. Oh, you don't want to move from here? Oh, well, you just got evicted. Oh, you don't want to leave that girlfriend? Oh, well, she just walked out on you. Now you're forced to change, and it's going to be worse, and it's going to be much harder on you.
Exactly. So So one, Jaivon, you have to have a destination. Number two, you have to accept your situation. Number three, you have to define the problem in solvable terms. You don't create stories, you make it solvable. What do you really want to manifest in your life. And then just move towards that direction. I know it will still be draining, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Kasi you don't have a choice eh. You stay or not, you will be drained eh. So might as well just move towards the direction that you want to go.
Yeah.
Learning? Okay. Anyone else? Last few questions, guys, and we're gonna eat and enjoy the coffee. We deserve it. And by the way, William, thank you so much for being here and for being the first person to do the platinum member, to become the platinum partner, and to do this podcast. Thank you so much because I've been, I thought I know my value as a person, but because of you and Ma'am Weng, you've been showing me more value, and I tend to value myself even more.
Yep.
So for me, you are also a channel of love and appreciation. So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And you know what, guys? I just want to say that time will come. We will go back to this podcast. Maybe in a different setup, a different venue. Maybe it's a different setting. Maybe we're driving different cars. Maybe we will share with you more wins, more energy. And I want you to move forward with us. Because we are moving fast, guys. We are doing our best. We are showing up every day. We are achieving our goals. I want everyone here to be part of our community. We want to share energy with you. We want to share our presence. We want to share with you what we've learned, what we do, how we do things, so that you can also move forward in your life. Because I'm here to tell you, this day, sooner or later, we're going to hit the $1 million sale in the Wolf Forge. Sooner or later, you're going to see me drive a new car. You're going to see William with a successful surgery, becoming more sexy, having more confidence, with a bigger house in Amadeo. I'm here to tell you guys, we will do whatever it takes to win. And that would be an evidence that you can, that we all can. But instead of you just watching this live, instead of just watching the podcast, we want you to be part of it. We want you to share the wins as well. No matter how small or big, we want to hear your story. We want to hear your struggle so that we can help you. You can do that in Power Talks, the Power Talks in the comment section. And you can do that. You can be part of the movement in Success Blueprint. So send the link, copy paste the link. And guys, we would love to have you. Any last message for our audience?
You need to, for me, it's like the best thing that we ever did. My wife was introducing me to you and being a part of the Power Talks, and then Success Blueprint, and then SB Lead. So for me, that's why every day we make content. We're like, if you're not in SB Lead, you need to get in SB Lead. If you're not in Success Blueprint, get in Success Blueprint. That's why we made Success Blueprint mandatory even at the Forge and in the business, is because I know what it's done for me and Wing. I want it to happen for our team as well. So for me, it's life-changing. And I'm just glad that my wife introduced me to you. And then instead of shutting down and not coming, we became a part of your community. Because in the community, you give us tools and things that are, it's like when we come to Power Talks, it's like you go through the week and you deal with the workload and you deal with the crap. And then for us, Power Talks is like a refresher, because you get to be around people that are of value and they can help you, and that are also struggling. Because a lot of times people just think, oh, you're successful. And like the guy's saying, how can I not, it's more work. It's like success is work. The things we do is work. What you think you're going through is work, is not work. Success is where the real work and the real, if you will, shit happens, where you have to master yourself. It's like, it's much easier for me not to control my emotions. It's much easier for me to just, to go off the handle, rather than me to go, why am I thinking that? Why am I going through this? Why am I having these things pop up in my head, and dealing with it and mastering yourself? So I would definitely tell people to join Success Blueprint and be at Power Talks as much as possible, and get around your space as much as possible. If they want to change your life, If you're happy with where you're at, then stay where you're at. But if you actually want to be successful, get around successful people.
You heard William Jones, guys. You heard William Jones. If you want to be successful, be part of the community. If you're happy with where you're at, you can stay there. Kung nasan ka man, diyan ka na lang, right? But if you really want to move forward, if you want to be successful, if you know the cost of delay, if you know the cost of not having a blueprint, not knowing what you want, not knowing who you are, and it can cost you your life. It can cost you your career. It can cost you meaningful relationships. If that's meaningful for you, join the Success Blueprint now. It's mjlopez.ph. You can enroll right now as we speak. The link is in the comment section. It's in the live. And we would love to serve you in the community. But for now, we have to end this live session. Always remember, this is the end of the podcast. And always remember that everything good starts with a yes. And yes, my name is MJ Lopez and
See you soon.
see you soon. Bye guys, let's go. End the live na, Lisa. Bye guys.